What if everything you're trying to create, the life, the work, the relationships, the version of yourself already exists? Not as a future possibility, not as something you have to build, but as something real, happening right now, and a version of reality you haven't aligned with yet. That's not wishful thinking. That's quantum physics. And today I want to show you how to use it practically in your body, not just your mind, as a real manifestation practice that is more powerful than anything you've been taught to do at the surface level. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why so many people are working so hard at manifestation and still feel like something is just out of their reach. And you're going to have a practice, simple, felt, brief, that changes that. Let's go. Here's what I see most often. Someone decides they want to create something, a certain income, a relationship, a version of their life, and they go to work on it. They visualize, they affirm, they journal, they create vision boards, and they're doing it from the outside in, building the picture, constructing the feeling, manufacturing the belief. And it kind of works sometimes, inconsistently, and then it stalls, or the thing arrives and it doesn't feel the way they thought it would, or the pattern comes back. Because here's what's happening underneath. They're trying to create from the conscious mind something that can only be received at the subconscious level. They're trying to build their way to something that requires alignment, not construction. There's a fundamental difference between those two things. And once you feel it in your body, once you know the difference between building towards something and aligning with something, you can't unfeel it. Everything changes. I want to talk about quantum physics for a moment, and I promise to keep it very brief and entirely human. No equations, no jargon. Just the part that matters for what we're doing here. In quantum field theory, one of the most well-supported frameworks in modern physics, every possibility exists simultaneously in the field. Every version of your life, every version of you, all of them real, all of them existing right now in supposition, meaning present, but not yet collapsed into a single reality. What determines which version becomes your experience is observation, attention, and most importantly, feeling. Your subconscious mind is constantly broadcasting a signal, the accumulated feeling of what you believe to be true. And the field responds to that signal, not to your conscious wishes, not to your vision board, to the signal your nervous system is actually broadcasting. This is what quantum entanglement means in the context of manifestation. You can become entangled energetically, neurologically, physically with a specific version of reality, with the version where what you want is already done, already real, already you. And when you do that, when you genuinely entangle with that reality at the felt subconscious level, the field responds, not because of magic, but because you changed the signal. And I want to tell you something about where my understanding of this work comes from, because I think it matters here. My grandfather was one of the original researchers working directly with Jose Silva, the founder of the Silva Method, one of the most rigorously researched mind development programs in the world. I grew up as his research subject. As a child, I was being guided into brainwave states, alpha, theta, the deep subconscious territory where the field is most receptive. What my grandfather was studying and what Jose Silva was building an entire methodology around was essentially this. When you slow your brainwaves into alpha, that calm, present, slightly inward state, the barrier between your conscious and subconscious mind becomes permeable. Information gets through, new signals get recorded, new realities become available. And the feeling you generate in that state, the felt sense of something being real, is received by the subconscious as if it's already happening. That's not a metaphor. That's what the research showed. That's what I grew up learning in my body before I had language for any of it. And it's what I've been teaching for over 25 years now. When you combine the quantum understanding, every version of reality already exists, with the alpha state access, your subconscious is most receptive here, and the felt sense practice, your nervous system recognizing something is real, you have the most complete, precise, and powerful manifestation practice available. Not because I say so, because this is what the research has already shown. And I grew up inside this research. I've been practicing this my entire life. So I want to guide you through this now, not as a concept, but as an experience. If you're driving, just listen. And if you can, let yourself be still. And take one slow breath in. And a longer breath out. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your belly be soft. And then take one more breath. And now I want you to bring to mind the version of you that has already created what you most want to call in. Don't force the image. Don't construct it consciously. Just feel them. Feel that version of you. Where are they? What does their day feel like? What does it feel like to be in their body? Notice what happens in your body as you do this. You might feel a softening, a quiet sigh, a sinking in, something settling into place, a sense of steadiness, calm, strength. That feeling is not your imagination. That is your nervous system recognizing something real. That is the signal changing. That is entanglement. Stay there. And now from that place, I want you to notice that they are not doing anything dramatically different from what you're already doing. They're doing it from a different state. From steadiness instead of striving, from alignment instead of effort, from the quiet knowing that this is already done. Feel that quality, the steady, the calm, the strong. Not striving, already there. Now take one more slow breath and let that feeling begin to become your baseline, not a visualization you visit, a state you return to again and again until it becomes more familiar than the striving. And then slowly bring your awareness back. Notice if something feels even slightly more settled. That's the work. That slight change is everything. Welcome back. And I want to close with something about today. Today is a new moon, and on Friday is the spring equinox. And that is a real threshold, equal light and dark. The moment the world tips towards expansion, and the new moon is the beginning of a new cycle. Traditionally, the most powerful time to plant an intention. Not because of mysticism, but because of psychology. You are already primed right now to believe in new beginnings, to feel receptive to what's coming, to set direction with genuine energy behind it. That means the practice we just did, that entanglement with the version of you that already exists, lands deeper today than it would on a random Wednesday. So if you're going to do this practice once, do it today. Plant the seed consciously from alpha, from that felt sense of it already being real, and then let the field do what the field does. Not by forcing, by aligning, and trusting that what is already real is already on its way. The version of you that has already created this, they exist. They're not waiting for you to build your way to them. They're waiting for you to recognize them, to entangle with them, to become available to them. That's the work. That's the practice. And it's so much lighter than what most people have been trying. If you want to go deeper, if you want the full guided system for clearing what's in the way of the version of you that already exists, Fearless and Free is that journey. There's over 21 guided sessions, nervous system regulation, subconscious rewiring at the root, identity repatterning, everything you need to change the signal completely. And right now it's at a founding rate, and there's lifetime access. You know where to find the link. And if you're not ready for that, the Start Here page on my site has free tools that begin exactly where this video ended. You can find the link there too. Happy spring equinox. Plant something real today and let your life get better and better and better.